Hey, Mike. Yeah, it's great to be here. Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, like always. I got some great information going to share today and hopefully be able to take action and get benefit, right?
Yes.
Learn is good, doing is better, but getting benefit is the best. So, with that said, Mike, uh, what's the topic of the day?
John, you and I spent a lot of time talking about business. LinkedIn is a channel for business. And of course, yeah, it's important to understand different marketing channels and which ones you want to bet on because nobody can do everything. So I made a bet 3.5 years ago on LinkedIn. You've made a bet heavy, right? 18, 20 months, 22 months, never missed a
30
post,
months.
30 months, never missed a post. LinkedIn. And the done for you program that I have, this cloud selling, is now coming on. I think 20 months, 70 customers, a quarter billion views, and that's great. But we've spent a lot of time, and you're in with and working with the clients. How do we optimize what they're doing on LinkedIn so big things happen? It's not little things, right? A sale is nice. So first off, everyone has to know that on LinkedIn, you're not going to sell a lot of widgets. You're not going to make 50 sales in the month. You might make 5, 10, 15, 20 sales, maybe. If you've got multiple salespeople, you'll make a lot more. But you can't solely and singularly scale one LinkedIn account. So the lifetime value of the customer should be multiple thousands to multiple millions.
Mm-hmm.
That we know. It should be something where, from our perspective, Gary Vaynerchuk's different because he's a storyteller. So he's telling stories and interweaving personal and philosophical stuff and the journey about his business. But my default was you want to be a thought leader, you teach online. That's it. And thought leadership is crucial because we know buyers today are relying on thought leadership even before they start inviting the conversation. So all of that is foundational stuff. We've been talking about this. We're 3 months into LinkTank. So we've been touching all this and deep diving. So if you want to understand anything that I just shared, then go back at all of the prior link tanks and you'll find them. You'll find the data. Or I'll give a hook, Don. Don't worry about going backwards. Go forwards and see the link right below my chin. Right there, my chin, right there. Go there. Don, Don and I have put together an incredible program. It's a monthly membership that is meeting weekly live for an hour, and it's just outrageous. And we're new members are coming in, and we put together a spectacular pricing model. Don, talk about the price. Then I'm going to go into really the beef of what we want to talk about.
For sure. The program is I wish there was a program like that when I got started. I would have paid 10 times as much and felt good about it as the $47 a month charge that we have with a money back guarantee. But just to follow up on what you were saying about LinkedIn, what I do know about both of us, and especially since we've come together on LinkTank and a few other initiatives, is we have exponentially evolved based on merging a lot of our insights and experience, and some of it just is intuitive. And with that said, what people should understand about LinkedIn by itself doesn't do anything. It's a platform, it's an opportunity. And most people say, well, when you do it, then it does something. No. You got to learn it and learn how to do it and then do it and then do it in different ways and shapes and forms to keep the momentum, keep the scale, keep the leverage. Because you're right, Mike. I wasn't getting into this for just small change, right? I saw a huge opportunity that could create $1 billion opportunity based on leveraging the power that's not being taken advantage of. So with this Link Tank podcast twice a week, 2 p.m., Tuesdays and Fridays Eastern time. And now with this membership group that now gets you another hour of me and Mike. So actually, if you really come together with the Link Tank fan club, let's say, you're going to get 20 minutes a week that we're doing for free to everybody. You're getting an hour dedicated every week. That's 52 weeks a year. There's a library involved of Mike's best trainings that's worth $12,000. And look at it this way. People look at, oh, I get into this LinkedIn. No. Look at it like $50 a month times 12 is $600 a year. 52 hours a year of me and Mike every week with you, not just at you, throwing in everything we're learning 2 weeks. So when you start the first week, the 52nd week, we're going to be sky high. So the point is just follow the simple principle. Learn it right from people who have done it right. Do it right with the help of people who have done it right. Get a plan to show you visibility towards profitability. Wouldn't it be nice if you get into an opportunity and someone says, if you do everything I tell you to, you can get this. And when you believe that, you work in anticipation of it and you end up getting it. And if you can't do it by yourself, could we do it all together? And if we can't do it all together, could 70 or 80 other people learning collectively help in some way to say something in your life would be worth $600 after 12 months? So really the price is not the price. It's the time. It's the commitment. So the question you have to ask yourself, not just us, are you ready to make a change? Are you willing to do what people who have done it and have done well with it can help you do? It's a bridge. So anyways, with that said, Mike, I know I get excited. I got to hold myself back from this opportunity sometimes. Let's have that actionable tip or what someone can do today and start feeling the benefit.
Yeah. Well, it's like, just in the way that we started LinkTank together because we grow and we feed off each other. That's what LinkedIn's all about. No one has all the answers. Some people have some of the answers. And so the fun thing about our organization is that we've got such amazing thought leaders as part of our group. And as they grow and expand, and everyone is encouraged to keep testing and trying and coming back and providing feedback and data. We're like, oh, there's a thread. Let's follow that thread from a corporate standpoint. And all of a sudden we unraveled something that's outrageous. For instance, on our outbound, we're averaging between 60 to 70% acceptance on cold outbound. One of these threads. That means every 10 outbound you do, 7 people are going to say, oh yeah, I want to be part of your band. That's pretty incredible. But it came from a threat and then going deeper and then testing and data and testing, and now is part of what we deploy with people. So that being said, the promise for today is to walk away with something that you can utilize and use. And what I want to break down is the different ways that you can create ROI. And, most people are looking selfishly at, oh, what can I get? And the obvious thing is, what can I give? And what happens when you do that properly is that things open for you. So I'll share 2 examples of 2 different clients. They both happen to be women. One was crushing it on LinkedIn, producing content, the videos, because this is the magic broadcast station. LinkedIn is sharing you around the world. You only get to see one tip of the iceberg in terms of, oh, that's my feedback, my ego feedback, I'll call it. My ego feedback is this little tiny triangle at the tip of the iceberg. Under the water is where you're going globally. So it turned out that, I don't know the exact story, but her boss turned out to be an ass. Let's just call it that. And she's a powerful woman, so she left, rightly so. Shortly thereafter, a $35 million revenue company funded by VCs contacted her and said, we love what you're doing on LinkedIn. We love your messaging. You're right on the money, your brand. We want to buy you.
Mm-hmm.
They bought her IP. They bought her. She's rolled up into the company that's funded with now a potential exit in 24, 36, 48 months. 2 bites from the apple. That's big. And why is that opportunity available? Is because it's available for all of us. Like right now, if someone sees Don with that cool hat and they're an organization and a large organization doing $1 billion and like, Don, we want you to consult with our 1,000 reps and we'll pay you $1 million for 24 months. We won't want your secrets going out to anybody else. That's big. There's no reason why that can't happen. It will happen. It does happen if you're doing the right thing. So one, that is an example of putting out good content and owning that thought leadership position, and then what distribution or organic reach can do. That's pretty big. A second example, also from a woman client, we have some powerful women. This is a woman that is not organically great at video, which, yeah, most of the people are not going to be that because we're dealing with business owners and executives, and that's not something that we do. We don't flex that muscle every day. So it's new. It's a new muscle. We can learn it. We have methods to teach, to learn it, and technology to use. So basically she said, yeah, you know what? I'm going to be teachable. And in reality, she's still learning. So maybe she was putting out content that was a 3 out of 10. Most people won't even do that.
Mm-hmm.
And we always talk about an imperfect plan is better than inactions are better than a perfect plan not in action. Most people will be so self-judgmental they won't do it. She threw in the hat and said, yeah, I'm going to follow the steps. I'll get better. And I know my content's good, so maybe I'm not the smoothest in terms of video. And she's actually pretty good. She's going to get way better. So she's putting it out there. And then someone emails her, executive at a company, big company, and says, hey, I've been watching your LinkedIn and I've known of you, but now I've seen your LinkedIn. Can we jump on a phone call? So she emails back, yes. And that person immediately dials her phone number, keeps her on the phone for an hour, and books a $130,000 contract. Now, this example is similar to the first one, except this is what happens on a one-to-one sale. This happens to be, a big engagement. So the lesson for today, and this is what we want to have as a takeaway, and I'll let Don sort of talk about what his experience is, stepping into LinkedIn, to video. The lesson today is you just got to take the first step. Your first step, your 3 out of 10 on video is a 10 out of 10 for somebody else. Why? Because you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And you and I both know this, Don. 99.9% of the people aren't doing it. So I'll end there. And I do want you to share, Don, when you stepped in with your first video and what was, organically coming up for you. And then as you started to do it and now how you feel about it. And now we're doing it live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I think that, I was enthralled by what you were just saying, because first of all, next to your own success, it's great to see people you help be successful, right? And you know that you had a part of it and you made things better for people and it ripples. But what you were saying, every morning, every night, I'm obsessed with LinkedIn. I might only put a few hours into doing things, but I'm always thinking. I'm always rolling things around. What I came up with today, which I am so sure of, you can't do well on LinkedIn by yourself. There's just too much to know, too much to do, too many areas to learn, that collaboration and masterminding makes so much sense. From a standpoint of video, I think what Mike just alluded to at the very end was context. When you're in let's say a tournament, right? Let's say a poker tournament. It's nice to know if there's 5 people playing or 5,000, right? Because that's when you know what your position is. With LinkedIn, hardly anybody plays at any level. Now, if you play at any level, you're going to be better. That's simplistic. If you expand the levels you play at, you're going to be even better, because the key is visibility. These two women who made out based on their LinkedIn activity got noticed, right? Me and Mike are on LinkedIn Live. It could go to any of 810 million people right now. Who knows who stopped in for 30 seconds today or a minute? And meanwhile, we're getting 900 people watching this typically, and then a boatload to come and watch it after it's been taped. Back to my experience with video. I try everything. I love this stuff. To me, I'm in college, right? I'm not making money at LinkedIn. I'm getting a PhD that I could take out to people who won't go to college, won't learn, won't sacrifice 30 months, because I wanted to be right. I don't want to go into the market half-assed, but I do. When I start doing something, I never stop. I haven't missed a poll in 8 months. I haven't missed a poll in 30 months. When I looked at video, naturally you're a little self-conscious, but that's not typically an attribute I really focus on too much. I'm pretty good with not having too much of that. And the key thing is it's fun. I enjoy it. It's a new thing. It's me. It's me in a different way. It's me sharing it with my family, saying I'm doing this. But LinkedIn Live is even better, because you just hit the button. You're not preparing, you're not scripting. And everybody I see who's done well on LinkedIn has mastered every part of it. And they don't have to use all of it, but they're aware of what's in the tool chest, when they can bring it out, how they can use it. And when you got all that, plus me and Mike, plus 70, plus you, right? And it all starts with you. Whatever you have, you have. Whatever's added to it is gravy. So the question is, who do you want to fill up at? We're like the gas station, except we're doing high performance cars, right? So what I would say, I can't wait to do LinkedIn Lives. I can't wait to do LinkTanks, because I'm getting better. Mike's right. I probably started it too, but I used to always tell people work for me, because they say, I hate starting at the bottom. I said, well, you're only here as long as you want to be, right? Start climbing, right? If you're a 2, get to a 3, right? It's a dynamic world, and why not make it easy? Why not take some support with you? If you're going into a big fight, wouldn't you want 3, 4 big guys right behind you? Wouldn't that give you some confidence? Wouldn't it scare somebody? But the thing is what I want to impress on. It's like an elevator. You can get to right where me and Mike is in weeks, as far as awareness, access to knowledge, and actually strategies that are real life and are happening, right? And instead of thinking, oh, I spent $500, will I get it back? What's a $130,000 contract that just began, right? It doesn't end there. It began there. And what if you get 2 of them? The price didn't go up. We're not offering a percentage deal. You know what I mean? So here's what I want to say. In addition to Mike's takeaway, write down your 3 biggest fears that confront you on LinkedIn, right? And look at them and go at them, right? If you're afraid of video, do a video and erase it. Post it and then get rid of it if you're afraid of it, if you don't like it. But once you start doing it, it becomes a habit of doing stuff. And I think that's what Mike's point and my point is. Learning is great. It's essential. Doing is so much better. And doing it right makes you so much prouder of what your results are. And, just remember, one idea, one person could change your whole life forever, right? And if you don't have that person or that situation in your life, take advantage of something that could be that. And, here's the other thing. You could change our lives too. This is a 2-way street here, right? If you've got a lot to offer, if you think we could use some help, you're right. And that's why we're doing this. And it's a collective thing. So, Mike, I know you got a plane to catch. It's great to be so focused. We would love to hear from everybody out there, because it is a little bit of a vacuum, right? When you're putting all this good stuff out, we're getting a lot of people watching it. But it'd be great to have people who take a little bit of time and say, hey, this is what I touched me, or I learned, or here's what you need to know. So we're
Yeah.
all that interactive stuff. So Mike.
Yeah, and just to wrap up, one of the things, the vision I got as you were talking is, LinkedIn is a nuclear reactor. Think of like a big bubble that's producing so much energy. And it's got all these sockets that are around the outside that anyone can plug into, except the sockets have keys. So you can actually sit there with your plug and go around and try 1,000 little holes to see if you can actually plug in and get some of the energy. Or you can go to the guy that's selling the keys and say, I just want to have that key over there. And with a small investment, you eliminate all the time, energy, effort, speed. You stop any mistakes you can make. You just plug in. And where we, like you said, we're plugging into LinkedIn. Our existing clients are plugging into LinkedIn. And then what we did with LinkTank, the reason why we made it so cheap, obviously we could charge a lot more money. The reason why we made it so cheap, right, is because we wanted to be inclusive. We wanted to let anybody and everybody that wants to learn and take action come with us. So I just wanted to leave with that. And my gift for you for the remainder of the week is do a video. See how it feels. If you get nervous, like Don said, do it and then erase it. But just start practicing, because the magic's going to start to happen when you put yourself out there and you start to share. People will get to know, like, and trust you, indoctrinated by who you are, what you stand for, the services that you provide, the outcome that you can create for them. And then it's just a matter of consistency. So, Don, awesome. If you like this, what you see, share it with your friends. Tell us, hey, I want to come on. I forget who told us I want to come on. I guess I didn't follow through. Anyway, there's some people that said, I want to come on. We'll let you come on for 5 or 10 minutes. It'll be great for your brand. Add some value. Ask us some questions. This is part of the inclusive program that we're building. It was LinkTank Live, LinkTank membership. Don, I think that was a powerful one today.
Yeah, here's another thing. Do a video like Mike says and share it with us, and we'll post it on the show next time, right? So do a 1-minute video, and we'll use it as an example. We do want to build you guys up. Check out the URL on the bottom there to learn more about the program. We'd love to have you come along for the ride. And in the meantime, have a wonderful week on LinkedIn. It's not as hard as you think it is. And ultimately, look at your plan. Look at your plan of arrival. Look at what you're aiming for, and say, is there a way you can improve your plan on LinkedIn to be more successful? So anyways, with that said, it's been great doing the show today. Friday, 2 p.m. We're back again Eastern time, and feel free to reach out.
All right. Have an amazing day. Take action. We'll see you at the end of the week.
You bet.